Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my full collection of Jeffree Star palettes. There's 11 in total and I'm going to be ranking them in order to do with like formula and performance and pigment and stuff. Basically ones I reach for more than the others and why, and packaging and stuff. You know, Jeffree always kills with the packaging, but basically I'm going to put it all together and show you like my least favourite to the most favourite. So I didn't actually realise there was 11 in total until I actually got them out on the floor and had a look and was like, oh my god, there's actually quite a few. I thought there was going to be like 7 or 8, but I completely forgot about the minis. Like, so there is quite a few. So let's just get straight into this. So in 11th place, I could call it, I guess, I have to say this one. Oh my god, I'm actually surprised at my own decisions. Okay, so the one I haven't reached for literally at all, which is why it's in 11th place, I'm going to do it on usage because the packaging is hella cute, I mean, is the Mini Breaker. And I don't know why, but these colours are absolutely gorgeous and I've literally done 1 or 2 looks with this and I haven't even touched all the shades, so I just forget about this. Usually I reach for mini palettes more and I do like that about it. I really do like the fact that this is so little and easy to use. The colour story isn't really, I don't want to say not appealing, but it doesn't make me want to reach for it, if you know what I mean. So I think that's why this one's going to be number 11, but obviously the formula and all that is really nice because this is one of Jeffree's most recent palettes, so it is actually really nice. It's in 11th place basically because I don't reach for it and it doesn't make me gravitate towards it, but the packaging is so cute. If we were basing it just on packaging, it would probably be one of the top ones because I really like the Jawbreaker one. So that is going to be number 11. We're going to go for number 10, which is going to have to be the Androgyny palette, and this is because basically I use Safe Word. When I first got it I used Safe Word quite a bit, and also Frosting. That's such a nice colour for like a highlight and stuff. I used it in my inner corner quite a bit, and I've done a few looks with Androgyny. That is such a beautiful purple colour. It's like a deep berry sort of shade, but these 3 here, they don't really, they go a bit patchy basically. The pan size is amazing. I wish you carried on with the pan size, but obviously doing such a lot of colours in the palettes that you can't do that in the bigger ones. If it was without these 3 and you had like more neutrals in there, I'd probably reach for it more, but because of not the quality, but because of how patchy and dry these shadows feel, that's why it's going to be at number 10. But I do love the snakeskin packaging. I could see when he first like started releasing makeup products that he was gonna go in with the packaging. So number 9 has to be the collab he did with Morphe, and yes, I did include the collab, so it's not actually his formula, but this is a really pretty palette. Like, a lot of people want this. I just don't think, because it's a Morphe palette, it's not up to the same quality, because Jeffree's formula is so nice. Like, if you've used his recent formula, it's so buttery, so soft. Even the swatches come out pretty good. Morphe's don't perform as well. The shade range though, I love the colour story. If this was in Jeffree's formula, this would have been perfect, like literally so good. And I don't know what it is about Morphe palettes, but I don't reach for it as much as I do my other palettes. Like, I tend to not like reach towards them. Their shimmers are really pretty and they are actually quite pigmented, but the formula, it is pigmented, but it just feels dry. Like, it's not that buttery texture. Like, it doesn't feel luxurious when you touch it. And I know this is probably sounds really picky. Yeah, that's just how I feel like about Morphe palettes in general. So, but I do like the glittery shade. I know a lot of people don't like the pressed glitters that are coming into palettes, but I actually think it looks really pretty, and I do use glitter anyway a lot. So yeah, I do like the neutral shades and the pinks, and I do like he's added like the pops of green. I would like to have seen pops of blue because blue is like my personal, like, what I gravitate towards, but it is actually really pretty. And I haven't really used this. I think I've used the neutral shades a couple of times, but I don't really reach for it. And I don't know if that's just because it's a bigger palette as well. Like my smaller Morphe one, the Jaclyn Hill one, I reach for quite a bit. The purple one, this one, I don't know, it's just I don't reach for it. I don't know why. Okay, so in number 8 is gonna have to be the Beauty Killer palette. Now this, oh my god, I absolutely love this palette, right? Because it was obviously the first one Jeffree released, so it's very iconic. I love how this is like, okay, Charl, probably just killed it. No, it's so good. It's so good. So basically, this is such a cute palette, right? This is my favourite bronzer shade, or was my favourite bronzer shade until ABH came out with their bronzer. I used to use this all the time. This colour here, Princess, is basically the Princess Cut highlighter, which I used to use all the time before Princess Cut came out. I got this quite early on when I first started getting into makeup. This China White shade is so good for when you're blending out like a smoky eye or something and you just need something to buff it out. On the whole, I do reach for this palette quite a bit. Not as much anymore, but when I first got it, it was gorgeous. Like, I tried my best, I don't know if you could see, but not to like get the stars ruined. I used to go at the size of them. But yeah, I do really like this palette, and it is quite pigmented, and it's just really nice. So overall, that's got to be number 8 for me. Okay, so in 7th place is going to be the Alien palette, and I'm really sad that they're actually discontinuing this one and the Thirsty palette. Like, I didn't actually think Jeffree would discontinue it because it was never classed, I don't quote me on this, but I don't believe it was a limited edition palette. I was really sad when I heard about that, and he tweeted saying it was true. This has actually gave me such gorgeous looks, and this is when I first started my Instagram. I used this palette quite a bit to do looks. This shade was bomb. I used this shade in a look. It's just got really unique shades in, and for him to discontinue it, I think it's already off his website. I know it's definitely off Beauty Bay and So's Thirsty, and it's out of stock and the other sites that I buy off. So I was actually really sad that he is discontinuing it, because it's such a unique palette and it's just gorgeous. I really like how he's like put so much detail and effort into it. So when he did say he was discontinuing it, I was actually really sad. But the shimmers and the mattes in this are absolutely stunning. Like, they are gorgeous. I love using them. It's a bit of a bigger palette, so I don't reach for it as much, because I do have like smaller palettes with similar colours in, but there are still a few unique ones that I really love. I'm gonna try and use this sparingly, but still it's got a few of my favourite shades in, so it's going to be really hard to know that I can't actually repurchase this now. So I'm hoping Jeffree will kind of do like a bundle of discontinued items, like, you know, he bought the lipsticks back and stuff. Oh, I've put my finger in the black. I'm hoping he will do that. So hopefully at one point he will bring it back, maybe even just for a limited time, because I know a lot of people are upset about this and Thirsty being discontinued. So that's coming at number 7 for me. So for number 6, I'm putting the Thirsty palette, which is also being discontinued. Now, when this first came out, there was so much hype over this. I bought 2 because I thought I was going to use it that much. I sold the other one because honestly, I didn't actually get through it that much. The glitters are insane. They are literally stunning. They're amazing. I'm so sad that he's actually discontinuing this. So these basically, I thought summer shades, the glitters that everybody was like going nuts over. There was glitter everywhere because it's festival season. And then your neutral. So I do really like this one, and it has got really nice shades to work with, neutral and colour. So it is a really ideal palette. It's not too big either, and it's gorgeous design. So I'm sad that one's gone. Okay, so in 5th place is a really hard decision. It's going to be Bluebird, and this is because I only reach for this when I'm doing obviously a blue sort of tone look. So I have used it quite a bit. It has such beautiful shades and such a beautiful formula. Whenever I'm doing a blue look or need like a blue tone shadow, I always reach for this. It is so good, and the formula is just beautiful. I'm obsessed. Like, the little, what they call prints in the shadows are just gorgeous. Such a gorgeous formula, such well thought out concept. Like, the palette itself as a coffin is beautiful. It's just an all-rounder, a gorgeous palette, and I hope he comes out with more in the different shades, so you can have like a purple one and a pink one, and you know, so yeah, I really like this. So that is number 5 for me. Okay, so number 4 is going to be the Mini Controversy palette, which was in collab with Shane. Now, I do actually reach for this one quite a bit because I have it in, like, I order my eyeshadow palette drawers like I would use them like every day to like just doing detailed looks. So I have this fairly near the front of my like daily use ones. Now, I do reach for this quite a bit because of the shades here mainly. It has just really beautiful shades in, and it is an all-rounder palette. Basically, you've got your pops of colour, but you've mainly got neutrals. So it is a really fun palette, and it is actually quite an ideal one to travel with because you can have a like pinky bluey look and also have like neutrals. I actually use that one quite a bit, so that's why it's number 4. Okay, so in 3rd place I have got the Conspiracy palette. Now, this was so hard to rank my top 3 palettes because I do love them all so much and I use them a lot. This is number 3 because the formula is just amazing. The packaging, I mean, hello. Never seen anything like that before, and obviously it's in its little claspy coffin thing that I love, and it just feels really luxurious. It is colour and neutrals, which I absolutely love. Formula's on point. It's got everything basically. It's just a really good all-rounder palette, and I hope he never discontinues this one, Jeffree, because I love this one. Literally, the mattes and the shimmers are amazing. So pigmented, buttery and soft. That is my favourite when like shadows are buttery and soft. It's even got a black in, which I find really annoying if palettes don't have in, because I like to like deepen up my looks with the blacks. And it's got really unique colours in as well, so like this one, and you know, it's got this gorgeous berry tone that I'm obsessed with. Yeah, I have done quite a few looks with this palette, so that is why it is number 3. This is literally so hard. Like, I didn't actually think it would be this hard ranking my palette. Alright, so this is really hard. I'm still like unsure in my head if this is the right decision, but number 2 is Jawbreaker. Now, this is a palette I reach for a lot when I'm doing my colourful Instagram looks. I mean, hello, it's like pastel heaven. So I have used the heck out of the top 2 rows of the palette because it's so pastel-y, and I'm obsessed with those shorter shades, and not a lot of brands have pastel palettes, or they didn't have back then. They're sort of like jumping on the trend now. So when he came out with this, I was absolutely obsessed. It's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure most of you know what it looks like if you're watching this video. Again, the formula on point. I love the theme of Jawbreaker, right? Because when I was little, my mum wouldn't allow me to eat Jawbreakers, like my cousins and stuff, because she was worried I'd choke on them. When I hit like teenage years, I was obsessed with them. So when he came out with this theme, I was like, yes, that is such a cool idea. And also they look really cool like for makeup designs, like the pattern and stuff of them. So I just like the whole candy theme concept sort of thing anyway. But this, it's just such an ideal palette for me as like an artist, to be able to create like such unique looks with the pastel shades. It's just mad. Like, and the shimmers in here, they are so pigmented and pretty. Like, let me swatch a few for you guys. They're so nice. Like, honestly, they're just everything. You don't need another pastel palette if you've got this, basically, because it's just got everything. So yeah, it's a really ideal colour palette basically, and the reason why it's number 2 is because I can't use it on the daily. Okay, so number 1, obviously the queen of eyeshadow palettes, Blood Sugar. Now this one, oh my god, this is when I first started like getting obsessed with eyeshadow palettes, when this one came out. Now I didn't get it first time around because I didn't realise I could actually get it off Beauty Bay, so I had to wait ages for the restock and I missed it. I was literally so gutted. So I spent ages trying to get hold of this palette, and I did eventually get it off the Jeffree Star website when he restocked that. It was a bit of a journey, but I got it. It is gorgeous. I love the design of this. It's like a box, like a jewelry box. Obsessed with that. It's easy to store even though it's bulky because it's just a square. The packaging, it feels like leather. Obviously it's faux, but the reason why it's number 1, obviously everything in it is beautiful. The packaging's beautiful, the formula's beautiful, it's just gorgeous. This is the second one of these I've had. This is one of my all-time favourite palettes. I just used the heck out of it. So these are just absolutely gorgeous. They're like my go-to shades. Anything to blend out, I will reach for this palette and automatically grab these. But it's got beautiful reds in it, beautiful pink and purple colours, and it's also got neutrals, and they're my favourite sort of colours to work with. This is a palette I reach for quite a bit, which is why it's number 1. So this will always be my favourite palette from him, unless he brings out something that absolutely blows my mind that is even better than this. But for now, it is just the top of the list. It's just amazing. I love it. I hope he brings out some more like this, like with different colours in, because it's just such a cool concept, and it's really, I think, made progress in the makeup community, how brands like do palettes. They're not just boring like little flip things anymore. They're actually, you can actually luxurize them quite a bit if you're prepared to put the money and the thought into it. So yeah, that is my number 1. It's my go-to. It's such a good formula. If you guys haven't tried it yet, I would really recommend picking it up. It is so fun. Even if you just need like an everyday eyeshadow, this will have it in it. It's gorgeous. You can create so many looks with it, and it's so versatile, and I think it's actually something for everyone, something everybody would enjoy, even if you're not like a makeup artist, if you just like everyday sort of looks. So let me know your favourite palettes down below and what order you would have ranked them in. I basically did it on how much I used them rather than the look of them and everything, because they are all absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, also a little bit including formula, but I collect Jeffree Star cosmetics stuff. I just absolutely love his formula and his liquid lipsticks and everything like that. He just does such top quality products, and I believe he puts this all into them. Like, you can really tell they are catered for how he'd want to buy something, which is what I really like about him, because a lot of other brands, they just seem to pump out products and sometimes they're a bit of a flop and you're just like, oh. Whereas I've never really felt that about Jeffree's brand. Like, he's always put so much thought and effort into it. I've always thought like, oh, I need it. Like, it's not just sort of thing you go about. But yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.